Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Aggieville Alleycats podcast. With them rain, shine, or anything in between, we're going to deliver to you the Kansas State sporting news that you so love. I'm Ace Edwards, right alongside
Connor Baltazar.
And welcome to a very late episode, as in we are recording it late. It's going to come out at the exact same time as it always does, but we are currently recording this. It is 10:40 at night, which is also known as, because I am a 73-year-old man in a 25-year-old man's body, it is also known as my bedtime. But nevertheless, we have a weekly recap to go through. Going to cover the women's basketball team, the Alleycats, and the men's basketball team. The women have, by sheer volume, the highest number of things we have to cover. And the last one is going to make me sad. But the first one was actually pretty fun. A 46, well, fun might not be the right word. It ended in a fun way. It was a 46-44 victory for K-State, where K-State actually won on a walk-off buzzer beater by Gina Garcia, who, I said it on Twitter, she's probably my favorite player on the team, and it took like maybe 2 or 3 games for that to happen. This was ugly defensive game that K-State ends up escaping with the victory, and I don't really feel like there's too much like hard-hitting analysis to do with this game in particular.
No, not really. Both teams just shot absolutely horribly in this game. Like it was, as you said, a very ugly game. K-State 14% behind the three-point arc, SMU 20%, K-State 31% from the field, SMU 28%. It was not good at all. And I wasn't able to really watch it because like the ESPN blackout just wouldn't let me watch it on the app. We turned it over 20 times. SMU turned it over 15 times. This game just kind of stunk. This was not a good game at all, but I'm glad we escaped with a win. Gina Garcia obviously kind of gets player of the game by default, even though she had 5 turnovers. SMU ran a very high pressure defense, but still some solid performances. Nastia Claessens flirted with a double-double, 8 points, 11 rebounds. In case they had 16 offensive rebounds in this game. Really, really good.
Yeah, and Brandy Harrod also had 10 rebounds, but there are also a few notable derogatory performances for this game. Taryn Sides playing 30 minutes, going 3 of 12 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. 3 turnovers, only 1 assist. That's not good. And then I think the other 2 sort of dishonorable mentions belong to Azaria Arenas with 2 of 11 and 1 of 5 for 5 points, and then Jordan Spicer, who was 1 of 7 and 1 of 5. Again, no one shot well, but those are kind of the lowlights. And with everyone except Taryn Sides, you can kind of justify it by like, they're young. Taryn should kind of just be shooting better. And this is one of those rare times where the just figure it out is kind of a valid argument.
Yeah. We said it in the offseason, there were definitely going to be games with this women's basketball team where we were really, you're just going to kind of be, just like punching the air and like slapping your forehead in frustration with how they're playing, just because we're so used to a team that's worked together and practiced together for years, and that's just not the same case this year. It's a whole new roster for the most part, so there's going to be some pretty major growing pains, and this game was a major growing pain for this roster. Because this was just not an impressive game at all. And SMU is like an okay team, but they're not a great team. they're a power conference team, which like makes it a little better. But this would be a team that I would have hoped to have beaten by double digits. So still nice to get a road win early in the season, however you can do it.
Yeah, and we'll get to talk about probably the ultimate growing pain game when we cap off this little stretch here. But the second of the 3 games is K-State beating Lamar 89-61. In terms of notable performances here, Taryn Size dropped 20, 8 of 12 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, with 5 assists, 0 turnovers, and 4 steals. Jordan Spicer registers the first double-double of her career, 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3, 10 rebounds, 1 foul, 1 block, 1 steal, 11 total points. And then I'll let you cover the ones off the bench, but Gina Garcia also gets her first start, I believe her first start of the season. I could be wrong about that. 29 minutes. Okay. 29 minutes, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, perfect on her free throws, 3 rebounds, 2 fouls, 4 assists to 1 steal for 7 points. And Brandy Harrod, 23, 3 of 7 from the field, 4 of 6 on her free throws, 3 boards, 2 fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover for 10 points. And to wrap up the starting 5 is Tess Heel, 20 minutes, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 5 of 7 on her free throws, 5 rebounds, 2 fouls, 2 assists for 7 total points.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Taryn highlights their Spicer. I was happy with her ability to adapt because the 3 just hasn't been working for her the way I think she's hoping. And I'm not really too upset with her taking a lot of 3s in games like this where we really control because those are shots I think she's eventually going to really start draining. And that's what she is a shooter through and through. But even then, she still adapted and played some physical basketball in the post and had some tough layups as well. So I was pretty happy with how some of that went for and Tess Heel. She's been fine this year. I think she's important to have on the floor and does do some good things for this team, but hasn't really produced from behind the arc the way I was hoping for up to this point in the year. But still a valuable member of the rotation. Then on the bench, Zella Arenas, she is really, her role has been offensive spark plug. And that's really what she did in this game. 25 minutes, 7 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, made both her free throws. So 18 points for her. Then had 2 rebounds, fouled twice, then had 1 assist, no turnovers, and a steal. So really, really good night for Zella. Ramaya White, she played a solid game. 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 of the free throw line, 17 minutes, and finished with 5 points. 5 rebounds, 1 foul, 1 assist. So a solid game for her. She's been playing a bit more than I was expecting, but I mean that in a good way. But I think that she's kind of earned the minutes and has been a solid, valuable piece of the rotation. Nia Foy was okay, but did foul a lot in this game. 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 of 3 on her free throws. 3 rebounds, did foul 4 times, so just 5 points for her. Then Janessa Cotton coming off the bench in this game, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 rebounds, 3 fouls, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, steal, just 4 points for her. And then Michaela Parks played 5 minutes and kind of finished out the game. It's kind of one of the lone players that we use like to kind of empty the bench. 2 points for her. 2 turnovers and a rebound. She had a nice layup at the tail end of the game. Then maybe the most notable thing about this game is no Nasha Claessens because she's with the Belgian national team for training right now. So that's why she is did not play in the games this week, and we really could have used her for the last one.
Yeah, the last one is K-State's first loss in the year up against South Dakota at home, 72-71. And I mean, South Dakota gets the last shot and just, well, they don't get the last shot. They get the last make. And this is one of those games where there are a few players that were contributing, but I mean, I'd say the best game probably came off the bench with Terran Sides. But, this is one of those games that you and I predicted towards the beginning of the year. Not this game in particular, but these types of games where the inexperience is just going to show up. However, I'm not pinning it solely on inexperience because, I mean, I think 9 times out of 10, talking about referees in any context is loser behavior. Good God. Good Lord.
Yeah, the refs were definitely terrible in this game, and I don't really mind saying that, mainly because of the next point I'm going to make, and it's even with the inexperience and the poor officiating in this game, I still don't think that there is any justification for losing to a team like South Dakota. They are sub 200 in most of the advanced analytics. This is a bad quad 4 loss, and is the type of loss that if we're on the bubble come selection Sunday, like this could be the loss that like the committee could use to justify keeping us out, basically. Like South Dakota sucks, and the fact that we lost to them like really makes my blood boil, because like this should have been a like coast to coast win for K-State, and like this is genuinely an embarrassing result. Like I don't really have a lot to say about it other than we went to the free throw line a lot and we're good and efficient there, but we turned it over 19 times with just 9 assists, and Gina Garcia had 6 of those assists. Taryn came off the bench, but still played the most minutes out of anybody, which I find interesting. I have no idea why. If they mentioned it on the broadcast, I didn't catch it because this game started at 4:00 and some of us work, so I did not catch it. But yeah, I was fully expecting growing pains games, but not against a team that's supposed to be a middle of the pack Summit League team. Man, this really blows, and this is going to drop us pretty hard, I imagine, in the net rankings, which I don't know if they're out, but most advanced analytics that are available. This is going to hurt us pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other way to sort of talk about it. I mean, no one shot well with the exception of Terran Sides and I guess Ramaya White. Everyone else was either aggressively okay or bad. I mean, Gina Garcia, it was funny because Gina Garcia did have kind of like what would have been the best play of the game with a behind the back hustle steal to block South Dakota from getting the lead, and then it just ended up not mattering, and she gets the final shot of the game, which I will stand on my grave that she was fouled on that shot. It was one of those where, refs kind of swallowed their whistle, I think, because end of game, you don't want to be the reason why they did. Sure, whatever. The rest of the game was about you, but swallow your whistles there. She was fouled on that shot. It doesn't matter. Quad 4 loss. Swallow it and just kind of go wherever you go next. Next game is up against Texas A&M and then Troy after that.
Yeah, the schedule's only going to get tougher from here. After these next 2 home games, they're going to be away from Manhattan until December 10th. So try and get to those next 2 home games if possible. One is on a Sunday afternoon, so very accessible that time. But yeah, knew we were going to lose some head scratchers. Did not expect it to be this one. Yeah, that just really blows. hopefully South Dakota loses all of their games the rest of the year. So,
I mean, technically, wouldn't it benefit us if they like won out?
yeah, it would, but I just want to inflict pain on them. I'm vengeful right now. I'll probably see more clearly in the coming days, but
That's okay, buddy. I understand. I've been a vengeful person before as well. But on the happier side of things is the Volleycats, who sort of caught fire in these last few games, including a clean sweep of number 20, I believe, at the time in the country, Colorado, in the morgue, going 25 for 20, 26-24, and then 25-18. So clean sweep of a ranked Colorado team. And this one alone probably would have climbed K-State into, I mean, they were already probably in the field. But they need to get the hell off the 8-9 line.
last I saw, they were a 7, and I saw that like before the Baylor game. So I don't think that they're on the 8-9 line at the moment. They certainly shouldn't be. So I don't know, unless that got changed and I just didn't see it. But
anyway, the leaders for this game are Anaya Clinton, 17 kills, Ava LeGrand with 2 aces, 6 blocks for Jordan Williams, 39 assists for Ava LeGrand, and then 12 digs for Simone Sims. So at Anaya Clinton takeover game, we take those because Anaya Clinton may hit the ball harder than just about anyone who's ever donned a K-State uniform.
Yeah, this was a awesome game for Anaya because like we had, I think, really been missing her. So this was her first game back, and she came out and really made a statement. I thought was just absolutely dominant on the floor. It was a rare kind of quiet night for Shaylee Myers. I mean, she still had 11 kills, 31 attempts, and added 6 digs, assisted on a block. So she still had a solid game, but just wasn't her usual dominant self. But Anaya Clinton with a hitting percentage of .536, that definitely stole the show. And that's with our middle blockers, Brenda Schmidt and Jordan Williams, each hitting .364 respectively. So they both played well themselves. And I'm a shout out as well to Ava LeGrand with a couple service aces. Then K-State as a team putting together 9 blocks, including a solo block for Jordan Williams. So really, really a great performance against a really quality opponent in Colorado. As of the day of recording, they are 25th in RPI. And I think they're in the conversation for hosting the first 2 rounds as well. I don't remember exactly how it works. And like if it's the same as it is for women's volleyball when it comes to hosting for the NCAA, or for women's basketball, I mean, for hosting for the NCAA tournament. But Colorado, I think, was in that conversation. They probably should be because they're, as of today, 20-5 overall. So a really quality volleyball team. And another note, at the time that we played them, we were only the second team all year to sweep Colorado, the other one being Colorado State. So major accomplishment.
What weird company to have.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see that as well. But Colorado State, they played them back-to-back days, one at Colorado State, one at Colorado, and Colorado lost both of those matches. And Colorado State is like a pretty good team, but like they're 63rd in the Massey ratings. Like, so they're not bad, like by any stretch of the imagination, but that is a little surprising to see such a quality team in Colorado lose back-to-back days to Colorado State. But I digress. A little bit of a side tangent, but point is, Colorado's a very good team. They're 25th in the Massey ratings right now as well, which matches up with RPI, which again, that is effective as of November 10th. That's the most recently updated ratings we have from the NCAA.
Yeah. Following that ranked victory up with another ranked victory, this time K-State in the morgue, 3-1 Baylor, a gentleman's sweep where it goes 25-17 Cats, 25-23 Baylor, and then 25-23 K-State, and then 25-20 for K-State again. And this one, I mean, familiar name right at the top again, Shaylee Myers, 21 kills, Anaya Clinton 14. Anaya Clinton, Ava LeGrand, and Shaylee Myers each had one service ace. Jordan Williams, 7 blocks. Ava LeGrand had 6 of her own. And, of course, Brenna Schmidt had 5 of her own. 43 assists for Ava LeGrand, and then 19 digs for Simone Sims, and 16 with Ava LeGrand as well. So in the non-scoring stats, Ava LeGrand, congratulations. But Shaylee Myers really with a return-to-form game for her.
Yeah, this was really all around a great game for K-State. Everyone had their moments for the most part. Emerson Van Lannen didn't have any service aces, but she did have a few really good stretches of making life difficult for Colorado on the receiving end. I was really happy, of course, with Ava LeGrand and how she played. She added a solo block as well. K-State as a whole was incredible blocking. They had 13 blocks total in this game, 24 of those assisted with 1 solo. But Jordan Williams was in on 7 of those assist blocks. So really, really, really great stuff for the front line defense from K-State. Anaya Clinton was up and down. She was really dominant in the first set and kind of cooled off after, but finished the match strong. So, despite kind of a slow start, she did have a key kill very late in the match to kind of give K-State the last little push they needed. Of course, Shaylee Myers was awesome in this match. 21 kills, hit 314, added a service ace, assisted on 3 blocks, had 13 digs as well. So double-double there for Shaylee. And Jordan Williams was great too. Had some big kills late. Brenna Schmidt was really effective offensively. K-State did a great job making life difficult for Baylor and showed some really strong resilience. At one point, they were down 23-20 in set 3, and that was a major, major turning point because that was a 1-1 match at that point. And K-State rattled off 5 straight points. All of them were actual scores by K-State, not benefiting from an error. It's a Shaylee Myers kill, a Reagan Fox kill, a Shaylee Myers kill, a Shaylee Myers kill, and then a Simone Sims ace. So rattling off 5 straight to end set 3, I think that was probably the key in winning this match. K-State was awesome in this. Simone Sims has been great all year on the defensive end. Kaylee Pond wasn't her best day as a defensive specialist, but she has had some great games this year still. She's a true freshman, regularly playing for a tournament team, or at least a likely tournament team. I think it's probably a safe bet at this point, unless we just completely and utterly collapse, I guess, but that would be pretty shocking. We'd have to not score another point the rest of the year, I think.
Yeah, I think we'd have to get pretty severely bullied for the rest of the season.
Yeah, K-State sits at 31st in NCAA RPI. That's above Arizona by a couple spots, who beat us earlier in the year. Colorado's at 25th, Baylor's at 22. Other Big 12 opponents that we've seen, BYU and Iowa State, they're at 21 and 20 respectively. TCU's at 15, and then Arizona State, they're all the way up at 5th in the country. Obviously, Nebraska is a number 1. They haven't dropped a set in about 2 months.
Oh my God!
So they've just really been a buzzsaw this year. So they'll probably win the national championship.
Yeah, probably.
So hopefully we can just like not have to face them as long as possible. I guess that's really our best bet, and maybe hope that like Shaylee Myers is like hiding like an ult that we don't know about that she's been hiding because she is a Nebraska native and maybe she like secretly hates them or maybe publicly hates them. I don't know, but yeah, K-State volleyball on a roll right now. They've in the last month beaten 3 ranked opponents, including KU, which they're getting that rematch against KU this upcoming Saturday. So the day after this episode releases, it's at 1 p.m. The football game will still be going on at that point. I will still be at this volleyball match though. I have a phone. I can multi-view with real life and like ESPN. So, which I'm now realizing if YouTube TV doesn't get this figured out, I won't be able to watch anyways. So it won't matter.
No, isn't the football game on ESPN Plus?
It's on ESPNU. So, so that remains a problem. I've honestly kind of forgotten about it because I've just adjusted to life after ESPN, and I don't know. I guess I'll put the smooth baritones of Wyatt Thompson in one of my earbuds and just enjoy that.
That's reasonable. But to wrap it up, we do have 2 men's basketball games. The first one up against Bellarmine, 98-71 victory for K-State. I mean, dominant performance. Big problem with the team is still defense, and it didn't get better in the next game. But if you're looking at the starters' numbers, PJ Haggerty goes 36 minutes, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 on his 3-point attempts, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. 4 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 turnovers, 23 points. So a double-double for PJ Haggerty. Kamari McGriff plays 15 minutes, goes a perfect 8 of 8 from the field, gets 2 offensive rebounds, 2 fouls, 1 turnover, a steal for 16 total points, refuses to elaborate, and then plays only 15 minutes.
Yeah, those are like Ayoka Lee post-robotic knee non-conference numbers from Kamari McGriff. Like, that's a really strange stat line for him, but like shout out to the efficiency, I suppose.
Yeah. Then Abdi Bashir goes 30 minutes, 5 of 10 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3. So all but one of his attempts were from 3. 4 rebounds, 2 fouls, 3 assists, 2 turnovers for 15 total points. Then rounding out the starting 5 are these 2. 35 minutes for Nate Johnson, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 on his free throws, 7 rebounds, 2 fouls, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 block, 2 steals for 9 points. So we stuffed the stat sheet. Yippee, our favorite stat. I think that Nate Johnson will lead the team in stat sheet stuffed this season. I am not sure it will be close. And then Elias, Rapiek. Damn. Rapiek goes 17 minutes, 1 of 2 from the field, 2 of 4 on his free throws, 3 rebounds, 4 fouls, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals for 4 total points. And then, I mean, first guy off the bench, good Lord, who might be on the best streak of basketball of his life.
Yeah. A major shout out, David Castillo, in 12 minutes. Perfect 7 of 7 from the field, including 5 of 5 from 3, 1 rebound, 2 fouls, an assist, 2 turnovers, 19 points for the sophomore. He has really flipped a switch and has kind of become the player I think we were hoping for. But he's clearly a lot more confident and plays like he belongs. And it's been really nice to see him develop into a really quality player and someone that I think fits this roster really well. What a game for David Castillo against Bellarmine. He had still had some he had a handful of okay performances last year. And he was solid in the first win over UNC Greensboro. Like, he had 7 points and a couple assists, was efficient shooting the ball. But yeah, this game against Bellarmine, like major kind of putting on notice game. Like David Castillo really arrived there, and that continued into the next game as well. But rounding out these bench players here, C.J. Jones had a couple of tough layups, had a nice and one, went 2 of 5 from the field, 5 points, a couple of rebounds, 2 fouls, an assist, and a couple turnovers. Moby, he played 16 minutes, 1 of 1 from the field, split his free throws, had 4 rebounds, but 3 of them were offensive rebounds. Then a couple fouls, an assist, and a couple turnovers. He had 3 points. Andre Kostic came in, 1 of 2, made his 1 3-point attempt. So 3 points for him, an assist and no turnovers, then a rebound and a couple fouls. Doreen Buka, not a great game, although he did have a nice block and a couple offensive boards, but did score 1 point at the free throw line. And then I had a turnover. And Taj Manning played a couple minutes and actually was kind of busy. Had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, and a block in that time frame. So we saw, I think, everyone other than Stephen Osei that has played up to this point. Because we've not seen Big Mac Marcus Johnson. And to this point, I'm not sure if we ever will see him based on the fact that he hasn't played in the blowouts.
Yeah. And, I mean, that was a comfortable win. This one looked like the next game looked like it was going to be a comfortable win, with K-State leading by 21 points at halftime, 55-34. And then Cal decided to go flamethrower mode, but K-State still wins 99-96. I think the big story is going to be the defensive meltdown in the second half. Here's what I will say. I will say that, yes, there was a defensive meltdown, but Cal was also making shots that simply should not be allowed to happen. And 99 times out of 100, those shots aren't falling, and they just happen to fall for them in this back half. Does that excuse it? No. Did we still win? Yes. There's something to be said that the most important stat is the win column. That said, I really didn't like the second half of this game.
Yeah, I think we can agree on that. And Cal had been kind of making inroads, but we were still mostly keeping them at arm's length. Like if they'd make a run, we would put together a run of our own. And we were doing a good job keeping it in the double digits. I mean, when we got to the under 4 timeout, we led this game. It was 93-79 with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left. And then from there, you go down and just even with a minute 17, we still led by 9 points. We had 98, but we just out of nowhere just started bricking free throws. PJ Haggerty was guilty of that too, and he's an excellent free throw shooter, and he shoots a ton of free throws. So I think we really got in our own heads when they started to make some shots, and they continued to make some crazy shots. Chris Bell was hitting threes that I don't think he's ever going to hit again in this game. Day-Day Ames made some really tough buckets as well. It's clear that we gave them a bit of momentum, and I think we're already not a good defensive team. I think we really kind of started to take it for granted once we got out to a big lead, and we started so hot offensively. So we won 99-96, but I'm not really satisfied. I mean, obviously you take the win, especially over a power conference opponent. I mean, Cal probably won't be great this year, but we still we really dominated the first half completely, and we're still pretty good throughout a lot of the second half until very late. But yeah, Cal shot 15 and 23 from 3. That's just not going to fly. We have to play better defense. I get some of those threes were just crazy makes that we just can't really do a lot about. But some of it does come from defensive quality as well. I mean, I get, the more possessions you play, the more points that are going to be scored. And that happens. And Jerome Tang did say, we've got to get used to just not just kind of outgrinding teams, but outscoring them, which is exactly what we did in this game. Like, this was 100% completely, like, we outran them to the finish line, just barely. Like, if this game had been like a minute longer, we might have lost. But
if the game was 5 minutes shorter, we would have blown them out by like 30.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about this game. But despite how we finished, and despite some very real and valid concerns about how we're playing defense at this point in the year, the offense is exactly what they were saying it was going to be. Like, the offseason hype on that was completely real. K-State shot 64.5% from the field in this game. Dipped a little from 3 in the second half, only 3 of 10 from 3 in the second half, 11-17 on their free throws in the second half, which most of those misses were in the last minute. Not to make it better, but just to say that they all kind of were collectively at the same time when we were just utterly collapsing in every way imaginable. But we shot 50% from 3, 6 of 8 in the first half. And we still, scored 56 points in the paint. A lot of that thanks to PJ Haggerty and Kamari McGriff, which Kamari McGriff was awesome in this game offensively. But I think really you more have to look for players that didn't play well offensively as opposed to guys that did, because just about everyone had a good offensive game, or at the very least had an okay offensive game. But defense obviously is going to be the concern with this team, because they can hit any shot. Like, we've got probably 5 guys that I feel totally comfortable putting on the floor and like having them take a 3 at any moment, really. So I'm happy with that, but we got to get better defensively. Defense is something that I think will come with time for this team, especially for guys like Elias Rapiak, Andre Kostic, because Kostic definitely was on the receiving end of some bad defensive plays, or I should say he was on the perpetrating end of it, where he had some pretty bad defensive plays. But
being fair, David Castillo also just got put on the Day-Day Ames highlight reel.
That he did. That was really bad. I don't know if he stepped on someone's shoe or something. I couldn't tell because I was at this game. This is the first game I've been to this year. But I was at this game, and then that was a lot of fun. I was happy to watch them in real. They're an entertaining team. But
no, he just got snatched. He didn't step on anyone's shoe.
I was going to say, I was hoping there was a saving grace or something, because I couldn't quite see it because where my seats were and the students standing. But yeah, I was going to say, from where I was sitting, it did not look good. It looks like a generational ankle breaker from Day-Day Ames. And really from that moment on, I think that was kind of the catalyst for him breaking the game open, honestly, was him just destroying David Castillo's ankles, which is too bad, because David Castillo otherwise had a really good game yet again. But this unfortunately will be probably remembered as the game that Day-Day Ames just made a fool of David Castillo.
I don't know what Jerome Tang did to Day-Day Ames, but it's like he threatened his family or killed someone because that second half was...
Yeah, especially when he didn't really have a great first half. So the second half, especially the latter portion of the second half, which is bad for K-State altogether for the most part. But I mean, there's a lot of fun numbers though in the box score for K-State in this one. I'll roll through the starters here because he took them last time. PJ Haggerty actually took a while to get going in this game. K-State early in the first half, when they were on their great run, Haggerty really didn't score until kind of later in the first half, but he still finished with 23 7 to 12 from the field, made his 1 3-point attempt, and 8 of 12 at the free throw line. 6 assists, did have 7 turnovers, then 3 rebounds, fouled 4 times, had a steal as well. He really did exactly what we were hoping for. He was converting some very physical layups, got to the free throw line a lot. So obviously wish we would have made those free throws later in the game just to take a little stress off of us and to finally get us to 100, because we've been agonizingly close to breaking 100 and just haven't quite done it. But one of the best performances of the night was Kamari McGriff, who once again, incredibly efficient in his time on the floor. 20 minutes, 8 of 11 from the field, did try a 3 and missed it. 5 of 5 on his free throws. 21 points for Kamari McGriff, and his best game by far as a Wildcat. 2 rebounds, 3 fouls, and a couple steals too. Shout out Kamari for a great performance. Nate Johnson was great as well. 9 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. Did brick his 2 free throws at the end of the game, though. Finished with 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 fouls, 2 assists, 4 turnovers, and a couple steals and run-out dunks. Abdi Bashir, didn't see as much of him in this game as I thought we might. So just 2 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 at the free throw line for him, so 7 points. Couple rebounds, 5 assists to 1 turnover and a steal. Then Elias Rapiak, 0 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and a steal with 2 fouls. Although his foul late was completely phantom. He just did not touch the Cal player at all.
No.
Granted, it did not matter because he missed the free throw and then time ran out. But he just didn't touch him at all. No. The refs were very creative in this game as well. We obviously talked about it more with the women because they lost, but the refs were certainly making things up at times in this game. Although
they were just lying.
I do think part of it was that I think they were very frustrated with Cal's coach. And I think they were just mad about that because Cal got called for 2 technical fouls in this game. Starters really all around. Elias didn't have a great game. He's not having as good of performances as I was hoping for from him, but other guys have really stepped up. But hoping guys like Elias Rapiak and Andre Kostic, they're going to really help us kind of down the stretch in the season is kind of what I'm hoping for right now.
The only thing I'll add is Abdi Bashir had a really sweet behind the back pass. That was really cool.
Yeah.
But in terms of bench players, David Castillo's continued his heater, where he goes 23 minutes, 6 of 9 from the field, nice. 4 of 6 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 foul, 2 assists, and 1 turnover for 16 total points, including like a random Marquise Noel heat check 3, which, I've missed those so much. I guess the last person to kind of do them with consistency was Tyler Perry, which gave us the legendary Tyler Perry, he is wet.
Yeah. Brendan Hawson had a couple of them last year, though, in that stretch of wins we had. He had one against Iowa State that was pretty deep, and then he had the probably the best memory of last year was that deep 3 against KU where Doug just turned around and just started walking the other way. That
was cold.
Yeah, that was pretty great. I'm going to choose to make that my prevailing memory of Doug just to make me feel better because that was really funny when he did that.
Yeah. Then Moby Akagaruka goes 17 minutes, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 rebound, 2 fouls, 4 total points, and Moby's going to play some of the most reckless defense on the planet. But that's him. Andre Kostic goes 10 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 1 offensive rebound of all things, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 steal for 4 points. And Dorian Buka and CJ Jones both get 2 points. And this is also where I made the discovery of, Dorian Buka also had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 blocks. Yes, 4 blocks. This is where I had the revelation that he kind of looks like Walter Jr. from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I think it's the jaw that
It's
really
the
does it.
jaw.
Like, but honestly, Buka, like he actually like had some pretty like useful moments in this game. Like he had two like genuinely really good assists. One to Moby on the dunk, and the other was like a pretty much completely cross court find for I can't remember who it was that scored. It might have been McGriff, maybe.
I think
Uh,
it was Kamari McGriff.
but it was a really great pass. And he had some really good blocks as well. Like obviously he's not someone that can be out there all the time. He's very matchup dependent. He finally made a field goal in this game as well. But he definitely showed in this game that he can have his uses. Um, which, to be fair, coming into this game, I didn't really think he had any. And this game, he like actually played okay. I thought
He
he
did
had
have a
moments on
really
the field.
bad rep though, where he just got ran around.
Yeah, he did still have some Doreen moments, but like he had a pretty bad like layup attempt, I think, at one point in the first half. But other than that, I still like played decently. So I won't say I'm like happy without him playing yet, but this game individually in a vacuum, he did some nice stuff.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe there's a path for Durian Buka to take the David Gasson route where we love him to death, even though, well, most of the people in our friend group love him to death. And then there's one person.
That would be absolutely shocking. If this staff can get Doreen Buka to be David Gasson, like we might win the conference because like 7'2" David Gasson would just be like a genuine threat to the safety of other teams. Like,
I more meant that there are times where he's not good. I'm not saying that he's going to develop into David Gasson. What I mean is there are times where you definitively look at him and you're like, yeah, he's not very good, but you know what? At least he's trying. You remember the David Guthries?
yeah, that is true. That is true. Okay, I see what you mean. So not play style, but more just kind of our feelings about him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can vibe with that, and it makes sense as well. They're both international players, so I don't know. Hopefully, Buka can continue this upward trajectory. Hopefully, it's exponential even. So by like January, he's dropping like 30 bombs on AJ DeBonsa or something like that. But
sure.
which I would gladly accept, but I will not expect from him. Also, shout out Andre Kostic. His two buckets really tough, kind of right at the rim plays. And one of them was like kind of an offensive rebound, like put back through traffic. So he missed his two open threes, which is frustrating because that's kind of like his thing. But kind of similar to Jordan Spicer, found ways to get involved and make an impact on the game outside of what its traditional role is, and still make it like a decent impact on the game. So I was happy with that from Kostic.
Absolutely.
But he needs to get way better at defense.
Yeah, but I'd say he's even shown improvement just from game to game.
I think he's certifiably trying at all times on defense now. And I think that's a major improvement.
Yeah, it's kind of like run defense in football. The biggest thing is you try.
Yeah. So I think once this team gets defense figured out, they're going to be just a nightmare to deal with because everyone's making shots all the time. It's through 3 games still, but K-State is shooting like 54% as a team from 3 right now. I think Castillo's leading the pack there as well because he has not had many misses this year up to now. But I am happy, obviously, like totally fine with where we're at offensively. We're getting exactly what was promised. But defense, like obviously, has to get better.
Yeah. And the good news is that Tang's specialty has kind of been defense for most of his career. So I think they'll get it figured out eventually. But the next matchups for K-State are Tulsa this Monday, and then a Hall of Fame Classic in Kansas City in the Sprint Center. Refuse to call it the other name. First game up against Mississippi State, followed by the Friday matchup up against either Nebraska or New Mexico. I kind of want Nebraska because I really want revenge. I'm not on the team. Pretty much no one was on that team. Was anyone on that team? Taj?
Taj has been here
there?
Taj has been here since the beginning for Tang.
Yeah. So it was. Would Castillo have been on that team?
No.
Okay.
No, he was a true freshman last year.
Okay. So yeah, I forget that. Anyway. But anyway, you have any final notes before we wrap up?
We were so close to a perfect recap, but for the women losing inexplicably. But despite that, volleyball, very happy. Almost certainly tournament locks. Men's basketball, we are conscious defense away from like being tournament locks off the bubble.
Yeah. Bring on Houston. Do not bring on Houston.
I really don't want to see them.
I don't either.
Yeah, I think that I fear they will shred us. Even though we are good at offense now, I don't think we are dice up Houston good at offense because I don't think anyone is.
No. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for listening to this episode of the Aggieville Alleycats podcast. If you want to follow or contact the show, you can follow us just about anywhere at Aggieville Alleycats. And if you want to email us, we're AggievilleAlleycats@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on a more personal note, I am at ACEdwards00.
I'm at Connor Baltzor, capital C, capital B.
And if you want to support the show financially, please be sure to check out the official Aggieville Alleycats merch store. Link found in our podcast and Twitter bio. But most importantly, thank you all for listening to this episode of the Aggieville Alleycats podcast. Where come rain, shine, or anything in between, we're delivered to you the Kansas State sporting news that you so love. Stay safe, Alleycats.